Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream featuring a new overlay. We're gonna be playing Voice of Cards, the first one by one Mr. Yoko Taro. I hear he's a pretty cool guy. So we're going to start up right now. That wasn't the right screen. Yeah, get used to this. Here's the game music. Oh yes, we're complete. There we go. Alright. This is the game. Audio good. Press begin.
Good afternoon, or should I say evening, morning. Morning? At any rate, I'm the Game Master. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Before we begin, there is something I must tell you. You see, my job is to draw you into this world with my voice and cards, which is why I believe it best for you to play with the sound on. In fact, I insist on it. However, as you can see, my voice is subtitled, so you can always read along as well.
Let's fight the subtitles. Yeah.
Now then, are you ready? Let's begin. Welcome to Voice of Cards. You are about to take the first steps of your adventure. Through a realm of sword and sorcery you will travel, battling bloodthirsty monsters as you strive to realize your ambitions.
Ambitions.
I have every faith you will accomplish great things here. I am merely a witness to your exploits. Now then, your departure draws nigh. May your journey be a safe one. We begin in a cave. The surrounding rocks are slimy with damp. It feels as if some foul creature could leap out from the shadows at any moment. Yet in this horrible place gathers a fellowship of 3 adventurers. One is a young woman. You can tell just by looking at her, she enjoyed a good upbringing. Another is a stoic warrior. He stands at the ready, scanning his surroundings for any sign of threat. Last but not least is the old man. He has a sagely air and gazes into the darkness stretching out before him. These adventurers seek a certain treasure hidden in this cave.
Might adjust the volume 1 second. Yeah, a little loud on my end. We're into the cave.
iron door towers before you. It has rather conspicuous handles.
Oh, hello, V machine. Let's push the handle. Oh, you gotta hold
The
it.
stoic man takes hold of the handles and pushes as hard as he can, but the door doesn't so much as budge. The stoic man winds his leg back and lets fly a powerful kick into the door. As his foot connects, the door trundles to the side. So it was one of those sliding contraptions.
Sliding. Pulling window working. The violence was the only answer.
Something leaps out at the Fellowship from the darkness. And fight.
Fight is on. Take down all the enemies and victory shall be yours. Strike. Pretty standard stuff. Some color, right? Generate a gem. It's up to you. Okay, please take up your gems. Respawn.
These adventurers have seen their fair share of battle and defeat their attackers with ease. As the trio approaches the treasure chest, an awful rumbling resounds deep in the cave. "You shall not have it," a voice growls.
Doesn't sound like
Before the wary trio appear creatures the likes of which they've never seen.
narrator could afford to do some impressions.
And fight.
Songs in a skeleton. Skeleton outright. Spit at him. Give a paper cut. Okay. I'm not in any actual danger. No tutorial land. I'm gonna throw it, guys. This on. There, not
A young woman edges around the monster's bulk to stand before the treasure chest. There is treasure inside, no doubt about it, but it's locked tight.
Probably some way of opening. Well, I have an idea. Call me crazy.
The woman slides the simple key into the lock. The chest clicks open. Inside is what appears for all the world to be an ordinary medicine bottle. At last, we've retrieved the royal treasure, the old man says. The woman and warrior exchange a nod.
Adventurers found the royal treasure.
Their quest complete, the triumphant trio put the cave behind them.
Adventurers to slay the dragon.
This is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. In the crowded audience chamber jostle all manner of knights, adventurers, and bounty hunters.
First one. Second. There we go.
The white-robed adventurers stand close to the throne. A palace guard calls over the tumult. Be silent. Her Royal Majesty graces us with her presence.
The spin bot's really on point, though.
The cacophony ceases the moment Queen Nilla enters the chamber.
There we go.
Seated upon the throne, the Queen faces the crowd. Her lips thank you all for heeding my call to slay the dragon.
We'll slay the dragon.
Whatever it takes to defeat this reawakened evil, I ask that you do it.
I'm not sure what's going on with the queen's outfit, but I will respect the fashion.
Whomsoever conquers this beast will be honored for ages to come and handsomely rewarded. At that, the gathered crowd cheers loud enough to shake the castle's very foundations. Leave the dragon to us, Your Majesty, say the white-robed adventurers, as if the beast's demise at their hands is assured. Indeed, you did well to reclaim the royal treasure, the Queen replies. I thank you, for my stomach becomes most upset without it. So the treasure is a staple of the royal medicine cabinet. It puts my mind at ease to know the Ivory Order offers its aid in slaying the dragon. The trio are disciples of the Ivory Order, a charitable organization beloved the realm over. Indeed, anyone would think this illustrious trio the heroes of our tale. But they'd be wrong.
Wrong. But then who?
So we just gotta slay the dragon and we'll be drowning in gold. The man trails off, drooling over unknowable fantasies. Beside him, a strange creature lets out a chirping coo. Pay attention, because this is important.
Right.
There he is, or there you are, I should say, the hero of our tale. A humble bounty hunter. You love little in this realm more than coin. A seemingly tedious fellow who doesn't hesitate to claim the title of hero for yourself. When you heard about the quest to slay the dragon, it was the promise of reward that lured you to the castle. Now then, if you wish to officially register for the hunt, see me so I can get your signature. You wonder why you need to sign anything, but head for the guard anyway. Shall we?
It's the Y button. Going edges. Check it out to move the story up. Or fast.
The Ivory Order trio stands before you. They seem not the most approachable of parties, but...
Who were you supposed to be?
You inquire about their identities. We are disciples of the Ivory Order. It is our duty to aid the realm and its people however we can. The Order's principal focus is developing medicine to distribute to people throughout the world.
No, strictly
They begin blathering an answer to a question you didn't even ask. Sensing a long lecture ahead, you seize on the first chance to extricate yourself from their presence. You try to speak to the trio again, but they're too involved in hashing out some sort of plan of attack to pay you any mind. Sign here, says the guard, handing you a pen and paper. You sign your name. A fine name.
Indeed it is.
After you've signed, the guard motions to the strange creature beside you. The monster, too. You sign your companion's name as well. Mar. Mar, your friend and sometimes traveling companion. Though he can't speak the human tongue, he seems to understand it well enough. Thank you. Now we'll know what to have engraved on your tombstones. Can't ask the dead what name to mark their grave with, after all.
Yeah,
The guard
I got your
choice.
implication.
You want the reward as badly as you don't want to die. You figure you better make some strong friends.
The others gathered in the hall to form a fellowship for the journey ahead. Hello, Queen.
Asking Queen Nilla to join you is beyond preposterous. Better not even try.
I mean, what if she wants to go? You never know. You gotta ask.
Don't get yourself killed out there, says the guard curtly. Let us depart. We have a realm to save. He grabs his less than enthused colleague by the wrist and drags her off. You catch a glimpse of the terrified look on her face, and then the two disappear out of the audience chamber.
They're having their own video game that we don't even know about.
Before you even open your mouth to ask him to team up, he cuts you off. Thanks, but no thanks.
Rude.
You ask him to team up, but he refuses angrily. I ain't splitting the reward with nobody. You weren't planning on sharing either, so you don't try to change his mind.
Just a lot of art to use on random one-off
I'll let
characters.
the Order handle this. Me, I'm heading home.
Oh, wait, never mind.
No
We're gonna
way
be
am I
using these
adventuring
flickers.
with anyone who keeps that sort of creepy company, he says. Never know what you might hear that'll lead you in the right direction. The man wanders off somewhere, muttering to himself. You'll need tough gear, the man says, wandering off. You've yet to find any help for your quest. Things don't look that reassuring as they are, but the decision is up to you.
Well, I mean, we talked to everyone. Unless these guards want to join, I don't think there's
I
any.
am one of the guards charged with the castle's protection. I take not a single step from my post.
How about you?
I am one of the
I
guards
think you'd be
charged
a
with the
friend.
castle's protection. I'll leave the dragon slaying to you adventurers.
Slaying the dragon is also protecting the castle in a way. Just more directly. Proactive. Yeah, we will leave. There is nothing else to be done.
In the end, you set out, just the two of you, to hunt the dragon.
Pursue the dragon. Flame jump.
How may I help you? The proprietress inquires.
Don't need any bombs. At least
Will
not
that
enough.
be all? The proprietress asks.
Who are you? Yvette.
A weapons merchant accosts you in the street, despite your best efforts to mind your own business. He speaks to you in a voice barely above a whisper. You want the most powerful weapon there ever was?
That sounds great.
He conspicuously checks his surroundings before revealing this weapon of apparent renown to you. To hear him tell it, this is a legendary weapon, and one of its kind at that. It can be yours for 20,000 gold pieces, he says.
That's a
You can
bargain.
smell the scam a mile away, and yet the aura of this weapon does have something of the legendary about it.
I don't see why not. You're practically stealing it from him at that
You
point.
open your coin purse only to find you don't have 20,000 gold pieces. No money, no sale. He tucks the weapon away once more.
Hello, who are you? Oh,
The old man kindly warned you of the dangerous monsters outside of town. The child says you should see Nexton as soon as you leave the castle town. You peek inside the carriage shop only to hear the owner call out that they're closed. Guess you won't be making use of them after all. Before you stands a sign calling for people to join the hunt for the dragon. Earlier, you saw the bit about the handsome reward for whoever slays the dragon, and hightailed it to the castle. A woman stares at the sign, transfixed. Her face curls into a scowl as she notices you. Monster! The woman cries
No.
and flings magic at Mar. Startled by the spell, Mar grows dizzy.
Mar.
You gather the dizzy Mar in your arms and glare
to
at the
protect
woman.
him.
This ain't a monster, you growl, as the woman snarls over you. I hate monsters. The two of you bicker for quite a while.
Oh, now, really?
In the end, the woman admits she may have jumped to conclusions, but stubbornly refuses to apologize. Inwardly, you call her unsavory names as your attention shifts to a different topic of conversation. Turns out she really hates the dragon and would love to take him down with her own two hands. But she knows she's no match for him alone, so she's at a loss for what to do. When you tell her you're after the same thing, she squints down her nose at you. Fine, she says. I can help you.
Yeah.
She's a little annoying, but you are looking for quest companions. I only want to see the dragon dead. I don't care about anything else, she mutters. You overhear her remarks and grin without thinking. Then you don't care about getting a share of the reward. That suits you perfectly. You happily join forces with the black-clad woman. She introduces herself as Melanie. She tells you she is a witch, but says nothing of why she hates monsters or what grudge she bears against the dragon.
Melanie joins her party. Join the next thing. You are party. Do a save. Ignore that save over on the left. I did play this game before, but it was a long while ago, and only just like a couple hours. So we're gonna be quickly in the uncharted territory. Maybe even after this stream.
The woman tells you she's so terrified of what might happen if the dragon attacks the town. She hasn't been able to eat.
It's unfortunate.
Welcome to Nexton, hails a man. The man doesn't respond to any question except to parrot back his original greeting.
No, he's gone senile.
You try asking the man if he knows anything about the dragon. The man's eyes widen. He leans close, cupping his hand to his mouth. Welcome to Nexton, he whispers in your ear.
Okay.
The man helpfully advises you take the opportunity to purchase equipment and curatives while you are in town.
Sound advice. What's in it?
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
Can we really afford anything? Do we have money? We have 1,000. Wait, one owned. Okay, so you don't actually sell anything that we don't already have. I can get a ring of protection. We don't have that. Actually, Mar will have it, because Mar deserves to be protected. Now keep the rest.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks. A woman sits hunched over by the side of the road. Upon catching sight of you, she calls out for your aid. She's sprained her ankle and needs you to take her to the nearby apothecary.
Alright.
You try to lift the woman into your arms, but the weight's too much for you to bear. You lay the woman back down where you found her and mutter a quiet farewell before turning to leave. Upon seeing that, Melanie snaps. What kind of person are you?
Yeah, we're giving up a little easily. We do have a dragon already.
We've got the dragon to worry about, you say, like an insensitive jerk. Ignoring you, Melanie gingerly helps the woman up. Mar bends so the woman can get on his back, and the two of them head off in search of the apothecary. After taking a curative, the woman begins hopping up and down. Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, she beams. She thanks you and pulls something from her breast pocket.
Give me mysterious card 1. No idea how to use it, but somewhere safer to me.
You've helped someone, albeit not quite out of the goodness of your own heart. It might be a good idea to do that again, should you come across anyone else in need of assistance.
You help people, you might get a reward. Hot tip. Some requirements are not mature woman's flip side story. Okay. Orange wakes up early to get breakfast right, and every morning she has to take her husband to... Oh. I see. License carriers is focus on etiquette revealed on your side. Well, welcome. Get those later.
It seems the majority of the world's medicine is made by the Ivory Order. Many people depend on it. That's probably part of the reason the Order has so many ardent supporters.
Makes sense.
The girl says if you follow this road northwest for a bit, you'll come to Thryston. As your eyes roam everywhere but the path you walk, you barrel right into someone.
The Ivory Order.
When you turn to see who it is, you see the Ivory Order trio from the castle. Winifred, are you all right? The sagely old man asks the woman, voice full of concern. I'm fine, the woman called Winifred replies. Thank you, Hedwin. Berwin, the old man calls, turning to their stoic companion. He jerks forward, as if to defend Hedwin and Winifred. The trio advances on you. How dare you treat disciples of the Ivory Order with such disrespect?
Or do you need metal?
They're the ones who ran into you. So if anything, they should be apologizing. We were standing still, says Hedwin, his calm tone belying the anger on his face. Muttering a half-hearted apology, you try to keep walking. But that's when you notice something in your hand. Looks like you accidentally grabbed Winifred's coin purse when you ran into her.
How'd that one happen?
Thief! Bellows Berwin, drawing his weapon. Guess you've got to fight your way past.
Did it, like, fall into our hand?
The Ivory Order laid you out flat. The Ivory Order trio looks at you like they can't believe such a weakling would even try to hunt down the dragon. Taking pity on your ineptitude, the Ivory Order trio uses their magic to heal your wounds. We mustn't tarry any longer. To the monster researcher of Thriston with us, Hedwin urges his companions and the trio depart.
Harvest system town is already complete. There's no reason to stay here.
Aimless wandering can be fun, but if you want purpose and direction, I'd suggest sticking to the path.
I like purpose and direction. Community from the last save find out here. Let's anyway save right now. Goblins. Gem is in certain skills. Gem. We take an action. Just do we consume a gem or okay, yeah. Fire, water, bolt. I like it. Pretty standard. A finishing blow.
That was lucky.
Go more.
Congrats.
It's a fight for the ages. I don't think I agree. Please, new. What is that? Yes, I am. Let's pick one. No. Oh, and there could be some. I don't have any of those. What is that? Totally forgot about some. Alright, I turned on the high speed mode.
You kick a rock down the road, muttering about what jerks those three from the Ivory Order are. Cut it out, chides Melanie. She warns you your anger will only come back to bite you in the rear.
But what if it doesn't?
You grumble. But your sulking is cut short when out of the thicket leaps a monster. The rock you kicked must have hit it because it is really mad. Brace yourself for battle.
Damage equal to value 2, roll a dice. Okay, let's roll some dice.
That was lucky.
Flip it over like that, it's fun. Alright, no problem. Okay, high speed mode is the way to play this game.
Congrats.
That feels way better. Dice then. Establishments. Somehow I think I'll be able to figure it out.
Welcome. 100 gold pieces will get you wherever you're headed. You will be instantly transported to any location you've previously visited. Travel
Thanks
for
for the
100 gold
I
pieces?
said no thanks, Narek.
Apparently monsters have been mugging people along this stretch of road lately. The Ivory Order is searching for where they're stashing the stolen goods. The man says you'll need a torch to explore caves, and he adds, it just so happens you can buy them at the item shop. You get the feeling he probably works for said shop. The man scours his skin with a washcloth, trying to rid himself of all odor. Apparently, he blames his natural musk for his unlucky love life. You catch a whiff of scent wafting off him. It is rather pungent. An idea strikes you. Maybe getting rid of the toxins within the body would get rid of the odor without, too.
Well, in a way that makes
You
sense.
hand him an antidote and he chugs it down. As soon as he's finished, the odor completely disappears. Overjoyed, the man resolves to tell the person he likes how he feels. From his breast pocket, the man pulls out something to give you in thanks.
Mysterious card too. I have a feeling I'm gonna collect all those cards.
The woman tells you a monster stole something very valuable from her. If only someone could get it back for me, she sighs. What did it
Depends.
steal,
Like
you
a
ask?
mysterious card.
Medicine, says the woman, to give my skin a lustrous glow. woman who fashions herself a missionary of love haughtily cries she's too beautiful and popular for her own good.
Fuck the game, Haru.
This is the game parlor. Come play cards, the boy at reception calls.
Is that not what we're doing? What about these cards? Of course, these are cards. Get more points than our players. Keep your cards in the sets of magic cards. Draw 2 cards. Screen, play card. Your sets. Set up 3 cards, say number. Yeah. So anyway, a good portion of the previous save data might have been me playing this minigame. Two to 3 cards in. Buzzer. Alright, let's play one game. Isn't that how we want? Let's keep it simple for now. Spice it. Oh, we have those two. Best we can do. You don't want to give me. You can have a 3. I'm not giving you this one. No, we drew a 5. We can make 6. I mean, it's not what I would do, but. Alright, this kid's career is over. winner, I wonder. This guy is cool. He knows how to play the game.
Good job. The boy praises you, proffering a gift in commemoration of your first win.
Marvel dice.
The man says it was all thanks to you he was able to get rid of his odor and tell the person he likes how he feels.
Oh, we didn't talk to you.
Well, if it isn't the head of the National Inn Association's son, the innkeeper blurts out, overcome with surprise. You've clearly been mistaken for someone else, but the innkeeper looks so excited that you dare not burst her bubble. Your room is free. The party leaves the inn feeling rested. It seems the sound of a flute could once often be heard coming from the doctor's house. His neighbors complained about the noise, though, and all has been quiet since. Cyprian Ambre, Cyprian Amber, has lived here for many years, conducting research on monsters. All the townsfolk affectionately call him Cypri. If anyone knows anything about the dragon, it's him. He's a veritable monster expert. You ask Cypri if he knows anything about the dragon. He says he'll tell you if you do him a favor. The monsters stole a precious treasure from him. If you reclaim the treasure, Cypri promises to tell you all he knows about the dragon.
Yeah, let's go.
It seems the treasure-thieving monster makes its hideout in the Western Cave. That's where you'll want to head.
Lightning strike. Marvel it up, it's our boy. We're level 3, I think. Pretty sure.
Light can't reach the furthest depths of the cave. It may be impossible to proceed without a torch.
Alright, we need that. What is? Oh, yeah.
You make your exit.
I forgot because I got caught up in card games. I don't know if we'll need like multiple of them. But we'll try the one.
light the torch. It'll be much easier to explore now with your surroundings better illuminated. Though the torch lights your immediate surroundings, you still cannot peer far into the distance.
The camera has been restricted. Oh no.
Rout the enemy.
Ow. Oh, I know you're weak to fire.
Excellent.
Or not, I guess. Oh, I know that was holy damage. Gonna heal up. Anyway, let's see. Okay, yeah, we I didn't really make it far at all before. This is the Western kid. Anyway, let's just spend the rest of the time playing that card again. Yeah.
You did great.
Enemy appears.
And fight.
Well,
Nice work.
we got a crit. Alright, Mar, you got this. Mushroom is with the fire. These guys are with the Not really. Treasure.
Rout the enemy.
rolling.
Fortune favors the bold.
Okay, we have a healing spell. Okay. Because the healing is free, in a sense. You don't have to use vibes. You can always get more gems. Why did it get health back? Aw. Portal whoop. Get a power. Magic unrelated by humans. Okay, it's a key item. I took one step. Aw. Mar didn't roll high that time. Miss. Uh-oh. I'm gonna give you a heal before we end this. Treasure discovered. Go get it. They save. Slash.
The door is shut tight. It seems some strange force keeps it barred. Upon closer examination of the door, you spot a cavity that looks like some sort of sphere should go there.
I think we have one of those.
You put the magic sphere into the cavity, and the door opens.
Incredible.
fight.
Basic roll. Slime. No more. I should do it.
A claret trail leads you deeper into the cave. Was the walking wounded a monster or a human? A knot forms in your gut. You raise the torch to get a better look at your surroundings. The walls have been gouged and scarred as far as you can see. Another message comes into view, written in tiny letters among the scars. I will find you. What horrors transpired here?
Unsettling. So unsettling is Mars at 8 HP. Oh, yeah, I got it.
Let's do this.
Oh no.
That was lucky.
Hey. Oh.
Nice work.
Ouch.
press on, deeper into the cave. Light floods into the chamber, illuminating a scene so startling you nearly drop the torch altogether. Two mummified bodies lie close beside one another, their hands clasped together. Beside them, a message written in blood. We leave together. Perhaps they were lovers? Whatever the case, you notice the bellwether nestled in their hands. You gently pry it free, bend a knee, and say a small prayer for the dearly departed. That was lucky.
Oh no. At least I crit with heals a lot.
You make to open the chest, but an ominous voice echoes around you. I will not relinquish my hoard.
Imagine that, but if it was that ominous one.
The next instant, something leaps at you out from the darkness.
Almost.
Nice work. Excellent.
Well, we gotta outpace the teal, at least.
The monster defeated, you turn toward the treasure chest. And see those Ivory Order jerks rooting through it. You rush over, but you're too late to stop them. Sweet of you to take care of the monsters for us, trills Winifred, favoring you with a smile. Tucking the spoils from the chest safely into a bag, the Ivory Order trio stroll away whence they came. Knowing you couldn't stop them if you tried, you could do nothing but stand slack-jawed and watch them go. The chest is empty, save for a ragged doll. Nice of them to leave us the trash, you grumble in irritation. For some reason, Melanie picks up the ragged doll. Your shoulders slump. All that effort, and this is all you get to show for it? You find nothing else even close to treasure. Hope Cypri is ready for bad news. Leave now would be the fastest way out. You left the western cave.
Pretty sure we got everything or close to it.
Were you able to find my treasure? Cypri asks. This is all we found, says Melanie, withdrawing the ragged doll. Cypri's eyes widen as soon as he sees the doll, and he reaches out to take it. Without breaking his gaze away from the doll, he begins to speak. Cypri tells you he gifted this doll to his young daughter a long time ago. But she fell gravely ill and died. Since then, Cypri has treasured this doll as he treasured his daughter. Then the monsters took it from him. Cypri turns to Melanie, his head bowed deeply in gratitude. So you reclaimed the treasure by complete accident. You step closer to Cypri.
Well, we're not in it for gratitude or money. I mean, we are in it for money. But we also want to kill the
What do
dragon.
you know about the
Which will give
dragon?
us more money.
You rudely inquire. Cypri gestures as if to say, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Far to the east of town is a place called Unionville, where monsters and humans live together in harmony.
Like a union.
According to Cypri, you might be able to learn something there, as the dragon and monsters are not totally unrelated. Upon hearing that, you turn on your heel to leave. Cypri calls out to stop you. Journeying to Unionville entails traversing the dense expanse of the bewildering wood. You'll need this, he says, and holds out something for you.
What do I get food? Oh,
You won't make it through the bewildering wood without it, Cypri says. Your sights set on the distant Unionville, you resolve to navigate through the bewildering wood.
Mission requirements on Cypri's flip side story. Let's read it. I'm sure it's good and wholesome. Hunt up scar monsters, monster behavior. Succumb, Cypri. Curiously, and no one has ever seen. Cypri number. Okay, that's it. I was expecting something a little more dark after that first one. Could probably afford the. Oh, we do have better stuff here now. Mar doesn't get any better calls though. For shame. Yeah, defense is very important. And yeah, that's exactly all my money, so we're done here. Unless we can sell stuff. What's the economy looking like? Not worth it.
Apparently, the woman is being harangued by some man who keeps asking her out. I don't know how many times I have to tell him he's just not my type, she sighs.
Oh, I feel like we're responsible for that one.
The man, who no longer smells, told the person he likes how he feels, but he was still rebuffed. The smell may be gone, but he's still determined to polish himself up for that special someone. The Ivory Order has heroically reclaimed the stolen goods. I just knew Winifred and her fellowship could do it.
Yeah, actually. Sound of food can be heard. Just complain about the noise. Been quiet. I wonder if it was his daughter playing the flute. That being said.
Now that she's reunited with her stolen skin medicine, The woman couldn't be happier. All thanks to the heroes from the Ivory Order, she said. A huge smile on her face, she begins applying the medicine all over her skin. Here to stay the night? The innkeeper asks the moment you set foot in the inn.
Let's get out of here. Also because my experience of certain game elements and your avatar choice and card design. And like that, we are farther than I made it in this game before.
A monster appears to be in pain. Seems the poor thing's been poisoned. You may be able to aid it by administering some antidote. You would help it if you could, but you have no antidote on hand. Unable to do anything more, you keep walking.
Fortunately, it doesn't have an antidote. Okay, don't sell any. Never mind.
How may I help you? The proprietress inquires.
Okay, there's the antidote. I also want a couple of salves for the road.
Will that be all?
And
The
now
proprietress
that's like
asks.
literally all my money.
Lying in the grass, you find an old telescope. You figure a look at the path ahead can't hurt, and pick it up. Peering through the lens, you see something in the distance, but you can't tell exactly what. All you know is there's something up ahead. You should be able to tell for certain what it is if you get closer.
That's fine.
Figuring it's best not to go looking for trouble, you decide to detour around it. Still, you can't help wondering what that thing was.
I think I got pretty good.
upon your courage, you toss the janky telescope aside and charge ahead with your friends. You run straight into a pack of monsters. They saw you coming from a mile off. As one, they open their maws wide and chomp down on your legs. You flail and thrash. As soon as you shake them off, they run away.
Oh, okay, I thought it'd just be metal. And I would have been fine with it. Nope.
And fight.
Now we're cooking. Magic sword.
You come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice of you or the party, but you can hear their fervent discussion. You listen in and deduce that they are a pair of thieves. You lean in, trying to hear what else the thieves are talking about. You catch pieces of the conversation here and there. I hid the goods. Head south just before the bridge. No, whatever ye do, don't go into the bewildering wood. It sounds like they've just told you where to find their stolen loot. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away.
Oh, that big suit.
You did great. You pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. It has a message scrawled on it in crude lettering.
Stolen treasure. Past cave and mountain. Near fountain. Past cave and mountain.
Clearly, whoever dropped this message did not want to forget where the stolen treasure is hidden. You stash the scrap of paper in your pack and resolve to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels. Let's do this.
Alright, let's do this. Go. Always sad. Where's she getting our money?
Let's do this. That was lucky. Good work.
Mountains.
Don't hold back.
Slime's enemy story. Excuse me. Tell me about the slime. No, they say. This journey has begun. They squashed a couple of slimes under. The vast majority are killed when they're young. This feed is right about it. Currently, put on shelf to swallow villages hungry.
You journey onward, only to see a suspicious-looking elder appear before you, a bottle of medicine dangling from his waist. He proclaims himself a man of medicine who has discovered a revolutionary new curative. He would have one of your party drink it as a test. There's no harm in trying it, he boldly claims. Well, you take the stranger at his word and drink one of the bottles dry. You gradually begin to feel quite ill. The world spins. You feel yourself coming unmoored. The doctor of sorts eyes the now empty bottle. Well now, drinking it all at once is a fine way to poison yourself, he tells you. Should have led with that. You try to say, but it comes out sounding more like da 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 da. You spy a rather large number of monster prints on the ground. A wry smile plays across your lips as you remove the scrap of paper from your pack. You pull from your pack the scrap of paper you picked up just north of Castle Advent. You feel around in the grass for a few moments before your hand strikes something surprisingly firm. The scrap of paper tells no lies. You greedily open the chest.
Hey, buddy.
You can't walk on water. Let's do this.
So I guess you have to have the notes about the treasure to find it. Even if you were in the right spot.
Excellent.
That's what I'm guessing, because otherwise you'd just be able to cover the entire map and just get the treasure. And not even see the note.
You did great.
So,
And fight. Like I said, you can't.
alright, I got fall for a second. No, I know exactly what that thing was.
something's catching the sunlight just so. You move closer to get a better look at it. You find a chest lodged in the hollow of a tree. Something about this feels familiar. You fish a note out of your pack. Sure enough, this is the location those thieves mentioned when you were eavesdropping. Quite convinced you found their stash, you open the chest with a self-satisfied smirk on your face. A thick fog impedes your vision. You surmise this is in no small part why they call it the Bewildering Wood. Many a brave soul has set foot in this wood, only to be swallowed up and never seen, nor they also tell of a certain tool one needs to get through this place. A message is written on the sign. Seek out the four stela hidden deep in these woods. You have found the Northern Stela. It doesn't look particularly special. You resolve to touch it anyhow. You hear a beautiful melody flowing from the forest depths. It sounds like singing, or perhaps bird song.
There will also be singing.
As you listen closely, you are struck by a sudden dizzy spell. You sense a presence growing closer, but cannot react. The grass rustles, then a monster slowly shows itself from between the blades. It's a harpy. Realizing you've been caught in the harpy's trap, you ready your weapons. some time after that,
Use
you
that
find
often.
yourself trembling at the mere sound of a bird's tweet. Don't hold back.
Generate. We'll find this.
You take a peek inside the grass and immediately find the owner of the voice. It's a harpy. It seems like the harpy hasn't yet noticed you. You pick up a rock and throw it at the monster's feet. Startled, the monster flaps its wings and flies away. You find some coins scattered about where it stood.
Oh my god. Is this the one event that happened here?
As if drawn in by the voice, you head deeper into the forest, where you find a woman playing a stringed instrument. Why won't the right words come to me, she laments, her fingers stopping on the strings. Hearing her sigh, you offer to help her with her song. Very well then. Please finish this verse, she responds, then begins to sing.
Down, I hear a voice. None of these are good.
You add a fiery shout to overcome the cold. Taking your words as ridicule, the woman's eyes suddenly grow dark.
There was nothing good.
How
happened
dare
here.
you insult my song? You will pay for this atrocity in blood, she exclaims,
Oh, no, yours were
then
all-
attacks.
I have no good ideas.
Rout the enemy.
Are we really gonna kill someone over this? It doesn't have to be this way.
How pitiful I am, brought to my knees in these woods, defeated by savage adventurers. Ah, what an epic song that would be. Seemingly satisfied, the woman succumbs to slumber. You decide to part ways from this woman, hopefully never to meet again. And fight. Fortune favors the bold. were. You have found the Eastern Stela. You see the words Melody of Fortune chiseled into the corner.
Siphon the earth drop. Maybe it's good that we're destroying them.
I need to hit the Stela every single time I want to go home. What a pain, the frowning woman sighs. Stela is, you hear someone murmuring. It sounds like a man, but you can't really be sure in these woods. imitate Mars Mule, but the woman just tilts her head to the side in confusion. You pity the poor soul for not comprehending the sheer cuteness of your dear companion. In the end, you gain nothing from the exchange and leave the woman to her song.
Okay. Harvey. Gotta get out of here.
You have found the southern Stela. You smack it and hear a sound off to the west. You'd best head that way next.
I remember that the last direction was west.
Trees bearing very solid-looking nuts whip to and fro in the force of the gale. This doesn't bode well for you.
Avoid danger.
A bunch of nuts fly off from the trees, but you and your friends hightailed it out of there before any of them could hit you.
That was someone. Still might be a good time to save. Fire.
You have found the Western Stela, which you swear up and down was not here when you came in. Nevertheless,
It wasn't.
you give it a
I would remember to being there. That's what it Game was playing me for a fool.
You have found all four of the Stela in the bewildering wood. On a perhaps related note, you hear a sound emanating from the east. That was lucky. Don't hold back. That was lucky. Excellent.
Nice. Win. Would be hero. Recover 3 HP after combat ends. Abilities are skills to confer passive X in battle. Alright, yeah, that sounded like a passive thing. It would really suck if you had to like actively use it. So we can only have one. Avoided the danger.
You examine the stela. The message carved into the stela reads, "Play in tune with the forest." You hold the woodland flute you received from the good doctor in Thriston. Doot 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 doodly, doot 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 doot. You blow a handful of pleasant enough notes into the woodland flute. You soon become aware of accompanying percussion, which reveals itself to be a series of impeccably timed footfalls racing toward you. A young woman appears before you. "That was absolutely dreadful," she whinges, her jaunty gait betraying her enjoyment. She calls herself Ridis and declares herself a woodlander, resident of the Bewildering Wood. By sheer coincidence, the flute on which you played those notes was one designed to call the woodland people to your side. Stunned by your good fortune, you ask Ridis to lead you eastward out of the forest. What luck! She agrees far more readily than you ever anticipated. But, she continues, extending her hand, you'll have to hand over the woodland flute first.
We can buy it.
You hand over the flute, firmly restating that she may have it on the condition she leads you out of the Bewildering Wood. Ridis plucks the woodland flute out of your hands with glee and begins playing it as she skips away. Well, playing is a generous term. It sounds as though she may as well be murdering the poor thing. Ridis makes it clear that the fastest way out of the woods is through woodland, where she lives. "It's that-a-way," Ridis says gleefully, pointing past the stela before you.
Or singer. Yeah, it's singer this time. Now I get to see what the last option does. If one got me in combat and one did nothing, then the third has to be a good thing, right?
You shout the words in a loud voice. The woman's mouth hangs open wide. The words are so plain, perhaps overly so, which is precisely why they pierce the heart, she says. Your cheap words somehow resonating with her. She entreats you to let her use your lyrics. Imagining the royalties, you happily agree.
Royalties already asked us.
Welcome to Woodland, Ridis says, gesturing out over the village. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy for the rest of the day. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow to leave the forest, she says, and makes her way home. Welcome to the Forest Oasis, the man greets you warmly. You happen upon a man greedily guzzling well water. Could it truly be that much better than ordinary water?
Mature man's flip sides. Always going for married. Oh. He manages to punch the gut and oh no, a very small amount of words, considering how much text he could fit onto the card.
You learn that Ridis's family is mired in debt and living hand to mouth. And I know how they got in so much trouble, the rumor mongerer says deliciously. We are not in the business of meddling in the personal affairs of others, Melanie says curtly, cutting her off.
I mean, can you run?
Apparently she's heard rumors of the dragon destroying another town somewhere. Our village would burn down so easily, she mutters, perhaps a bit more afraid of the symptom than the cause. This shortcut is reserved for use by Woodland citizens only, the guard barks, clearly unwilling to let you pass.
So a new weapon for our boy Mar. Let's go. It's oh, keep me Also increases attack. It's so expensive though. I'll be fine without it. Partly, the game partly. And supplements rules on event cards redrawn. Let's do events. Let's really get crazy. which are not as powerful as I thought it would be. Since you like have to make a set with them. Can't just pass. still won. I got out. I won by 1 point. I'm the best.
You're something else, the boy praises you, proffering a gift in commemoration of your win.
You include all Joker. Maximum chaos mode. Alright. With that. Did I finally overwrite? This will save file for one. And that'll do it for this stream. So, thank you. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you, if not tomorrow, then Monday. I'm gonna probably try to do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. And I'll tweet that out in a second. So, have a good night. And I'll see you next time.